Hi yogis, and welcome to this class. This is our last class together, my last class teaching for you guys, and it's been really fun. I hope you guys have been enjoying the classes. And this class will be, it's a 30-minute flow. As always, you need your mat, you need yourself, and this class will be a little mashup of vinyasa styled yoga, which is what I teach, which is what I've been teaching, and a little bit of yin, the softer side. So we always have a more masculine powered energy, which is the yang, our go, go, go. And then we also have our softer, more feminine side. And they are not exclusively for men and women, absolutely not. We both, men and women, we have both energies in us and we can access them both, but we also need to help invite them into our lives. So today we're going to do a little bit of both. We're going to do some yang, some more upbeat movement, and then we're also going to slow down a bit more at the end. So we'll get started right away. We will come up to the top of our mat and just like we always do, we're just going to take a little moment before we get moving to just find ourselves here. So I'll just turn this way so that I can face you guys. So place your feet on the mat about hip width apart. They can be a little bit narrower, a little bit wider, whatever feels good to you right now. Roll your shoulders up to your ears and then roll them back and down. Relax your arms, let them just hang heavily. And then tuck your tailbone under just a little bit so that you're sending your hips forward. And then close your eyes here. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale through your nose. And begin to just notice where you are right now in this moment. You need to continue to breathe deeply here. And we live in a pretty fast-paced world, so for me at least, every time when I slow down, when I cut out the noise, I can actually tune into myself and listen and hear what it is my inner voice is really saying. So I invite you here, the start of this class, to set an intention for this class. And an intention doesn't have to be anything scary or overwhelming like it may sound at first. It can be, I'm going to have fun for the next 30 minutes. It can be, I'm going to dedicate this practice to my grandmother. Or it can be more substantial. It can be, I'm really going to allow myself to let go and be in this moment. You choose. If you don't want to set an intention, that's also totally fine. But I find on days when things are a little bit tougher, or when things are, I have a little bit more resistance to do things, then usually finding my why, the intention behind what I'm doing, makes it more accessible for me. So bring your hands in front of your heart. And we're going to inhale deeply through our nose, and then we're going to release through our mouth. So inhale deeply. And open and release. Return to your breath. Blink your eyes open. Awesome. Let's get flowing. Inhale, arms come up above us. Exhale, fold forward, bend those knees. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, take a big step back. Ending up in our plank pose. We're going to take a breath here. Inhale. Come forward on your toes. Exhale all the way down. Release those tops of the feet. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, roll up to your cobra, whatever height you get to. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift yourself up to a plank pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. So you can always add your knees down in plank. If that feels better, you can always justify, always make it into your own pose. And breathe here. Inhale, look forward. Bend those knees. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. That's our sun salutation A. We'll do it again. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, big step back, ending up in our plank pose. Same thing as when we were standing. Tuck that tailbone under. Inhale. Come forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up to your cobra. If you want to try something a bit more with your back bend, you can lift up to a upward facing dog. So you just lift your legs, you lift your knees, lift your thighs off the mat. Inhale here. And then exhale, roll over your feet, coming back to downward facing dog. Breathe here for 2 more full breaths. Inhale, look forward, bend those knees, exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, arms come up. So really just moving our body. Exhale, fold forward, warming it up. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back into your plank pose. Now this time you can go all the way down to the mat, or you can just come halfway down and then flip over to your upward facing dog. So you can follow me. Inhale, come forward on your toes. Exhale, halfway. Upward facing dog on the inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Breathe here. Inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Exhale. Take a big step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Hands to heart center. Just take a moment here and breathe. Find your breath. Okay, we're going to add on from that. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, we're going to sit down into our chair pose. So arms up above us. If that's too much, you can bring your hands to your heart center. You can place your hands on your thighs, whatever works for you. But make sure you can see your toes here. So you really want to get that booty back, knees back. So we're bending and sending back. And then see if you can lower down a little bit more. My wall is in my way. So here, if you're in full expression or whatever variation you're in, take another breath in. Exhale, fold over those legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, take a big step back. Ending up in our plank pose. Inhale, come forward on the toes. Exhale, either all the way down or halfway. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, right leg goes up to the sky. And exhale, right foot in between our hands. We're going to find our warrior one here. So left foot, 45-degree angle, toes pointing forward, hips both pointing forward to the short edge of your mat. Walk that right foot out if your hips are a little bit tight still. Our hips tend to be a little bit tight, so give your hips some space. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, come down further into your pose. So use your breath here. Inhale, find some length, and exhale, come deeper. Again, if it's too much with your arms, come to heart center. You can place them on your thigh, by your hips, wherever feels good. Take another breath. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. We're going to place that left knee down on the mat, coming to a low lunge here. And we're going to come with both of our hands on the inside of our right foot, walking that right foot out. And then we're going to stay here for just a moment. A runner's stretch here. So you can walk that right foot forward if that feels okay. Something really nice to do here is to come over to the pinky side edge of your right foot and open up this way. You can place your right hand on top of your right leg. If it's there for you, you can even see if you can grab your left foot with your right hand. You can play around with this pose here. We'll stay here for 2 more breaths. Release your foot if you're holding on to it. Come back. Foot walks back in through center. Lift your left knee up and step it forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, come back down into that chair pose. So sending your booty back, arms up above us. Take a breath. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath here, close your eyes. If you set an intention at the start of class, come back to your intention. With every breath, release anything that isn't serving you. And if you've set an intention, use that exhale to release that intention out into the world. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. I forgot our chair pose. Exhale, send that booty back. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back into your plank pose. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, sink it. Back bend on your inhale. And down dog on your exhale. Breathe here. Inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, come forward. Finding that warrior one with your left foot forward this time. So right foot, toes point 45 degrees forward. Hips facing the short edge of your mat. Walk that left foot out, give your hips some space. This isn't a competition of who can stand the narrowest on their mats. It's not cool. We want to make sure we're giving our body the space it needs. So inhale here, arms up. Exhale, sink down. So we're sending energy out, all the way out into the pinky edge side of that right foot. So entire body activation here. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe. Inhale here. Exhale. Bring your hands down to the mat. Lift your back foot, your heel of your back foot. Right knee comes down to the mat. We're going to make our way into that runner's lunge here. So walk that right knee back or the left foot forward, whatever makes more sense to you. Keep both hands on the inside of that left foot. Stay here if this feels good. You definitely don't need to go any further. But there are options if you're there, if you want them. You can roll to the outside, to the pinky edge side of your left foot. You can stay here. You can send your left arm back. You can grab your right foot if it's there and open up here. And you can use that foot as leverage to open up your heart, your chest up to the sky. And breathe. We'll stay here for 2 more cycles. Inhale. Exhale. Release that foot if you're holding on to it. Walk that left foot back to the center. Right foot comes forward to meet the left. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Sink that booty down to the floor. Arms come up. Stay here for the exhale. Stay for the inhale. And the exhale. That was fun, wasn't it? And then inhale all the way up. Hands to heart center. We'll continue right away. So arms come up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, release again. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Place your hands, step back into your plank. Take a breath here. Next, inhale, come forward on your toes. Exhale. Inhale, find your back bend. And exhale, find your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, place that right foot in between your hands. Left foot comes into a warrior one position. So we've been here already. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, sinking down. So take a breath here. And next inhale, lift yourself up, straighten your front leg, walk that foot in just a little bit, and then back foot is going to come parallel to the short edge of your mat this time. Inhale, arms come up, and exhale, we're going to release down into our warrior two. Now you may need to give yourself a little bit more space. So you may need to walk your right foot forward just a little bit. And let's tee out our arms coming out from our body, finding our super strong warrior position here. So we really are opening our body to our long side of our mat. It's a little bit silly that I'm not facing you. So we're opening our body this way. all right? So we want to be able to see at least the first 2 toes on our right foot when we look down. And breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms come up. Walk that right foot in. Exhale. Fold forward. And you can choose where to place your hands here. You can place them out in front of you, if this is where you're getting today. You can place them under you. You can walk them back behind you. Grab a hold of your feet. You can keep them at your hips. Wherever you feel the most supported here. So we're just staying here for a moment, just as a little transition pose. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold again. And then we're going to walk our body over to our left foot. Point our left foot, so the left foot is pointing straight. Right foot comes into our warrior 1 position. So legs in warrior 1. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, come down into our warrior. Breathe here. We've been here again before. So bring your hips forward into position. And again, we're going to lift ourselves up, straighten that front leg, walk that front foot in just a little bit, and then back foot parallel to the short edge of our mat. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink down into our warrior 2. And again, you may need to shift around a little bit. If it feels a bit awkward, you can give yourself a bit more space. Make sure you can see the first 2-3 toes on that left foot. Inhale. Exhale. Very strong poses are warriors, so take some moments here to really just feel your own strength. And even if you don't feel strong right now, know that you are. You've shown up to this class, you're practicing this class, whatever you're doing right now, you're here. You've carved out time for yourself. Inhale, arms come up. This time we're going to bring toes out, heels pointing in. We're going to find our goddess pose here, goddess squat. Inhale, arms come up, straighten those legs. And exhale, arms come down, bending into those legs. Placing our hands on our thighs, opening those legs up. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, left shoulder comes down, dips down towards the mat. Inhale, lift up. Right shoulder on that exhale. Breathe with this. Inhale, come up, and exhale, sinking down. We'll do one more round on each side. Inhale, come up. Parallel those feet once again. And we're just going to take a big step so we end up at the top of our mats. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to take a step right away back into our downward facing dog. We're going to lift that right leg up to the sky on our inhale. Exhale, we're going to come forward. We're going to find our pigeon pose here. So this can be a bit of a tricky pose if you're not feeling this right now. So our right knee is behind our right hand, right foot behind our left hand. And the closer the foot is to the top of the mat, the more intense the pose. So the closer the foot is to your body, the less intensity. And if this pose is not working for your body, if you have knee problems or if you're just not feeling it, then come onto your back. You're gonna place that right foot on top of that left thigh, wrap your arms around in front of your left shin, and then you're gonna carefully drag that leg in towards you. So you'll stay here, okay? That's a perfect place to be. If you want to practice pigeon, then join me back here. And we want that left leg to be coming straight out from our thigh, or from our hip, sorry. Straight back, so take a look. Inhale, lift yourself up here. And then exhale, come forward. And you can stay here. You can prop yourself up. You can make a little cushion with your hands. And just important to stay breathing in this pose. Our hips are an area of the body that we tend to store our emotional baggage. So anything heavy, anything undealt with, it could be brought up to the surface through this pose. So hip work is usually quite restorative and more on the yin side of our yoga practice. So take this moment here, take this time to just be here. Notice what's going on and be okay with whatever's going on. Accept the fact that this might be a tough pose for you today. We'll stay here for one more breath. If you're on your back, you can make your way onto your belly again. We're gonna make our way up, make our way back into our downward facing dog. And it may be nice here to walk your dog just for a minute. Give yourself and your legs some release here. And then find a moment of stillness in your down dog. See if you can notice a difference in your legs. Without judging, just noticing. And then we're going to inhale, lift that left leg up to the sky. Exhale. Coming forward into our pigeon. And again, if pigeon didn't feel good on the other side, and you did your reclined pigeon, then return to that pose on this side as well. If you're staying here, make sure that back leg is straight out from the hip. Inhale, lift that chest up. And exhale, fold forward. And when I say fold forward, if this is what folding forward means to you right now, then that's perfect. So making sure that we're not comparing our practice to anybody else's. And not comparing our practice to what it was yesterday or what it may be tomorrow. We are right here, right now, and this is all that matters.
Continue to breathe here. And you can always wiggle around a little bit in these poses if they feel a little bit too stuck. Maybe find some new sensations if you put some more weight on one side, or come back, or even just swaying side to side may feel really good. And the next inhale, bring yourself back up. And we're actually just gonna come onto our booty. We're just gonna flip over, coming onto our back, and lying down. Hug your knees into your chest. Make yourself into a little ball, so bring your head up. See if you can kiss both of your knees. Stay here, inhale, and then exhale, just release everything. So legs come out in front of you, arms come out next to you. You can send them overhead just for a moment, stretch out, and then land with your arms next to your body. Roll your shoulder blades under you so that your hands can face up to the sky. Allow your feet just to naturally relax, fall off to the sides. And any focus, any control you've had of your breath throughout the class, release that here. So just allowing your breath to be what it is right now. Relax your face. And anywhere you know that you hold tension. And for this next breath here, see if you can release and relax even more on your next exhale. So imagining that we're we're on the beach and we're in the sand and we're trying to make this form of ourselves, our shape in the sand. With every exhale, you're sinking deeper into this shape of you. And you're not becoming heavy, but you're just becoming deeper. And just before we return back to the world, notice the quality of your breath right now versus before the class started. Maybe you have some more freedom in your breath. Next inhale, begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Just inviting some more movement. And then eventually bend your knees, give yourself a big hug. And you can either choose to roll onto one side and then make your way up from there, or you can rock and roll your way up like we did in the beginning. And then just find a comfortable seat just for a moment. Place your hands on your thighs. Keep your eyes closed if possible. Let's bring our hands to our heart center. And if you had
set an intention for the class for today, then just revisit that intention and notice what comes up now. Let's take a deep breath in through our nose and then send that intention out on our exhale. So inhale and releasing it. Blinking your eyes open. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope that you feel like you've gotten something out of it, even if you've practiced one class or if you've practiced all of them. I am very thankful and happy to have had you along. So, namaste, and I will see you around.